Hi, this is Natalie Rice. We're here from sportsreview.com. West Ham and Burnley lock horns on Saturday. I've got William Hill's in-play radio host Lee Phelps on the line, and he's going to break down the match for us. Now, Burnley have all to play for as their Premier League future looks uncertain. Is it tougher to predict matches this close to the end of the season?
Yeah, I suppose it is really, because I mean we've seen that with a few teams, haven't we? That the form book goes out the window to a certain extent, and it's always difficult to know how much the teams who've got nothing to play for, how much they're actually putting into it. You know, West Ham are a good example. It's hard to see what they're actually trying to do at the moment. You know, they don't seem to have a lot of love from the fans, at least, from the manager. The players aren't particularly playing great. I mean, there's one win from West Ham since the 18th of January, and that win was the first win since the 20th of December. So 2 wins since the 20th of December. That's incredible, isn't it, really, when you think about it? And they came against Sunderland and Hull, 2 of the worst teams in the division. And here we've got another one in Burnley. So, you know, if that pattern, if you like, continues, then they should win this game. But I'm not sure I can trust them at the odds, Natalie. I mean, it's just, there's nothing about West Ham that makes me want to back them at the prices. So, you know, I'm looking at the draw here.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, I'm slightly on more on West Ham's lean for the win. I think Burnley are incredibly poor form. Neither are really doing particularly great, but you know, West Ham have the home advantage, obviously, and they're priced 2.2. Their bet 365. The draw is 3.4 and Burnley 3.5. They're William Hill. You say you're leaning more towards the draw. Would you confident enough to take the bet, or that's just a sort of like where you're standing right now?
No, I think I probably would. I mean, I don't think West Ham have got the motivation to do much more than that. And, you know, they're going to be up against a Burnley team who are still fighting. I mean, their problem is scoring goals, obviously. I mean, they've been, like, dreadful at scoring goals. Just when they needed goals, they've just deserted them. It failed to score in 7 of their last 8 Premier League games now. And they only scored 1 in the other game. You know, so, you know, 1 goal in all those games. It's just not good enough in the Premier League. We know that. Even if they can muster 1 goal here, I don't think they'll do enough to beat West Ham. Like I say, I'm not sure West Ham have got the firepower or the motivation to do any more than that. So it's I kind of sense a bit of a drab game. You mentioned that something interesting about they've got the home advantage on the side. I'm not even sure that's an advantage because you know, you listen to radio phone-ins here at the moment, and West Ham fans are livid. West Ham could be 6th, and they still want the manager to go. They detest the manager, a lot of these West Ham fans. They do not want him at their club anymore because of the brand of football that he plays. So I don't think it'll be a nice atmosphere particularly. Don't think the players are enjoying playing at home too much. So it might not be quite as you know, quite as much of an advantage as you think. But yeah, I'm going to go for the draw. Probably the draw and unders as well. I can't see many goals in this game. The draw and unders, all right. Do you think we're going to see both goals from both sides, especially as, you know, Burnley are playing for survival? Both teams to score 1.83. Yeah, I mean, Burnley, as I've said, Burnley don't score many goals. The quirky thing is that the goals they did score against away from home were at Manchester United and at Chelsea, and they scored 2 at Tottenham in the FA Cup. So it's almost like when they've gone to teams who are better and who maybe open up a little bit, scored 2 at Manchester City as well in that 2-2 draw, remember? So, you know, they have scored goals at places where a team's opened up. It's not sure West Ham are going to open up enough. I think both teams will score 1 each, and I think it'll be a 1-1 draw in the end of it. Yeah, well, the under there is 1.8 as a single bet. What's the top tip then for the match? I'm just going to go for the straight draw. It's 3.5, 12 to 5. I'll take that. All right, fantastic. Lee Phelps, thank you for joining us today. Pleasure.